Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Hummel. It's the Tier 6 German SPG, and we're located on the southwest spawn of Karelia. And this is being commanded by Angelina75. Now, this replay is actually about what actually happens during the battle, and actually an attempt to TK, or rather suggestion to TK by one of their own team. Angelina's using the stock gun on the Hummel, which is actually more accurate, although it does have a shorter range than the top gun. And alongside her is a Grille, and they both have basically the same gun, so the same amount of potential damage, and you'll actually see why the rest of the team turn against the person who actually suggests that they both team kill, or they team kill their own Arty. So without further ado, I will run the replay. Watch the chat, because the suggestion comes in from one of their own team to team kill the Arty. Hasn't appeared in chat yet. Would anyone care if I kill our own Arty? That's from MacVictory033 in the M4A3E2. And the Sentinel says yes. And so does Angelina. She says yup. MacVictory says why? And the Sentinel says need him. And there's a shot just came in there from the M4, trying to kill them from MacVictory. The Grille hasn't moved, but Angelina has. You can see the M4A3 is there. He's moving in to try and damage the Grille. Looks like he's trying to barrel block. Now Angelina's getting on with the fighting, but in the meantime the M4 is trying to interrupt the Grille's play, and he's also shooting at Angelina75. You can see that. Now you can see there the tussle. They've gone out of sight temporarily. And I'm watching that play rather than the gameplay, because Angelina is playing the game properly. She's firing at the enemy. But the reason is I'm following what's going on is because of the suggestion to team kill both Arty. Now the M4 is now pushing Angelina, interfering. Look, there he is. MacVictory033. You should be ashamed of yourself. You'll probably end up on Klaus Kellerman's Arsehole of the Week competition, or the biggest arsehole, because you are an idiot. And there he fires another round at the Grille. Angelina's moving, and he's following actually, funny enough. Or has he given up? No, he's given up. So Angelina is now free to pursue the battle, and we're free to watch it. Angelina is getting close to the enemy, but as you can see, she's got a very short range on this Arty, so she needs to get closer than normal. And most of the enemies on the horseshoe. The horseshoes in the grid box around the rocks on the southeast side of the battlefield, and Angelina's aiming for an M4 improved. Dialed in, round out, and it lands just behind the M4. Probably did some splash damage. Now some Unicum players actually prefer this gun to the top gun on the Hummel, because they say it does more damage. It's far more accurate, and it's got a much better trajectory than the top gun, which is a much flatter trajectory. It's a much more high speed Arty. Angelina's running shorter targets actually, because although the scores are fairly even, the enemy that was actually on the horseshoe has left the horseshoe now, and there they are. There's Matilda. She's dialing in on the Matilda. Waiting till it's fully dialed in, adjusting just a little, round out. Oh, good splash, 59 hit points. And looks like the other Grille is also fighting. I think that's the problem. MacVictory, that idiot in the M4, has decided to actually get involved with the fighting at last. Given up any notion of TKing the Arty. But it was very unwelcome that he even suggested it. Round out on the M4 improved. And that's a kill shot. 69 hit points from a splash. We're looking around for that Matilda. We couldn't see him. But oh my god, there's a very close enemy here. It's a T-3485. He's receiving fire from that Churchill, who's going in for the clinch. And in the meantime, Angelina's looking around for an easy target she can hit. There's an FV304 slightly over there, tier 6 British Arty, but we can't see him at the moment. There's an Su-76 FGFT, that's a Chinese tier 4 tank destroyer. Now he's pulled back, we've lost sight of him, but we're going to fire at that bush anyway because he's probably in there. Yes, he is! He took the round and it hit the target directly, so she would have done a lot of damage there. She's got a long reload. That's the problem with this gun. It does have a longer reload. And that T-34 backing up, but she still can shoot at him. No, he's moving. Round out. Oh, splash kill! 75 hit points. She got it near his rear. It splashed him to death. 15 centimeter gun does the damage. Now, if that Su-76 is still in the bush... No, there he is. He's missing most of his hit points. And he's taken down. They now have a one tank advantage in the scores. The T-34-85 that was threatening her has been taken out by the Churchill. She fires a round in. And she gets a direct hit there on the KV-2. I think it's just the KV-2's up on the horseshoe. But there's a Churchill 3 there. And unfortunately she's got a red line, so she can't shoot at him. She needs sight of that KV-2 in order to hit him. And at the moment, there's nobody within viewing range of that position. The FV304 has been spotted. That's a tier 6 British SPG. And he's hiding behind that rock, but Angelina's styling him for a splash hit. He's shooting. Round out. Oh, he pulls into the rock. I think he would have been far enough away that he missed any of the splash damage from that shot. He probably actually got stunned, but... that's probably about all. The Churchill 3 is getting close. Now, can we put a round into him? Unfortunately, we just lost the Churchill 3. Looks like the FV304 derped him. Okay, she's loaded. Round out. Well, we don't know if that did any damage, but I think it was close enough to do some damage. Now, Angelina's moving up closer. Now, the Hummel's actually based on the chassis of the M4 tank, but it's actually, or the Panzer IV, it's actually got parts from the Panzer III in it as well. Round out on the Matilda. It's a splash kill. No, doesn't get it, so he was obviously too far away from the shell when it landed. Angelina's changing position again. She's moving a little further south because she needs to get out of the way of that FV304 because he could derp her if he can find her. It's a bit slow to move and sluggish, the Hummel. The Germans actually used a lot of these during the Second World War. They were actually at the Battle of Kursk as well. Hummel means bumblebee, and Hitler actually objected to the Arty, or his Arty being named after insects, so he actually wanted it changed so it was a different name. And in the end they did. They actually agreed to do that. They changed it to its military designation. Now we're aiming in on the corner because we're theorizing that the KV-2, anticipating that KV-2 is going to come around that corner. Angelina wants to spot him using the M4 and then lay a shell into him virtually immediately. The KV-2 is probably headed in this direction, because he'll be headed towards the cap. There he is. Okay, can she get a shot into him here? Just. Very difficult. KV-2's looking for a target. Oh, she's got a red line there. She needs to aim there. That's it. Round out. No, too far. If she kept the original aim point, which is just in front of the rock, she would have been okay. But she adjusted it to try and hit the KV-2 when he got closer. And she's getting closer to the KV-2 as well, which will cut down her reaction time. There's the enemy FV304. Oh my god, he was hiding in the trees. And she's loaded. Can she go for a shotgun? She's locked on. Oh, well, he's actually killed by the Grille. But he was trying to avoid Angelina. As a result, the Grille got him. It's 2 Arty versus 3 enemy now. They've got a heavier KV-2, a medium, which is the Matilda, and 1 Arty, which is the Su-122A, which is the Soviet Tier 5. Now, despite the fact that it has 152mm howitzer as its main armament, it's actually quite a difficult Arty to play because it's got a very narrow arc of fire. and that's because it's based on the chassis of the Su-76. Now both Artys are headed for the enemy cap. It's very likely that the enemy are headed for our cap at this moment. But typical that the M4A3E2 says to everyone, would you mind if we kill the Arty? And it turns out it's the Arty who are actually winning this battle for their team. And if they'd been killed off, then they would have lost this for sure. But the enemy is now capping. They've got one in the cap. And the question is, where is that Matilda? We've got one in the cap now as well. The Gorilla's in there. Now it's just going to take a little while for Angelina to get up this slope. But once she's in, she will be able to cap at a faster rate than the enemy can, so long as the enemy doesn't get two in the cap. Okay, we're in the cap. We've got 40 seconds to complete. The enemy's got 1 minute 4, but there is the Matilda. He's been spotted. Or is it? No, that's the enemy Arty, the Su-122A. And he misses with his first shot. As I said, it's got a very narrow arc. They're now past the number of cap points needed that the enemy has. Can they cap out and win? Oh, this is a nail biter. And what would have happened if they had killed their Arty at the beginning of the game? Well, this would have been a loss for sure. But it looks like it's going to be a victory. And the Artys gave it to the team. And they've done it! They've done it! Even the Su-122 comes up into the cap and fires a round in. But it's too late. They've won! What a thrilling end to that game. And look at the end result. It's a third-class tanker for Angelina 75. She also picked up a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 7. And there was no other medals, but both and Arty on their team won the battle for their team by base capturing. Now, as I said, what would have been the result if that M4 had killed off both Arty at the start of the battle? It would have been a certain loss for their team. But because of Angelina and the Grilla on their team, big shout out goes to that Grilla, who's Clownster of the Leap clan, because but for them, then they would have lost that game. But the fact is, the two Artys did all the work. They carried the team and they won for the team in the end. So it just goes to show, don't kill your own Arty. You need them. You need them indeed. Fantastic result. So let's have a look at the team score for the team. Well, Angelina didn't get the highest amount of damage. She managed to get 1,086 hit points. The T-67 did the most damage, 1,601 hit points in total, but he died off during the game. Angelina did manage to get 2 kills. The Grilla managed to get 1 kill as well. It was lucky. He got the FV304 that Angelina was trying to shotgun as he was circling her. But that was a very, very lucky shot. It was the only hit points and damage that Clownster managed to make during the battle. But Clownster did get the base capture points, which were important. He managed to get 60 base capture points. So he was only a short distance away from actually getting an invader medal as well, which would have been very nice. But they needed to get those people into the cap as quickly as possible. And that's what helped them to win. Now, the 2 kills that Angelina managed to get, she managed to get the T-34 and the M4 improved, and she also got some nice shots in on the Su-76 for 260 hit points, and she did hit the KV-2 for 197 as well. So let's have a look at we'll look at the base XP as well. When it comes to base XP, she was third with 597 experience points, and the Grilla came in with 256. The highest scorer on the enemy team was the KV-2, 419. Now, he was the only one capping at the end. Apparently, the Matilda was just too far away and too far to get to their own cap, and the Su-122 did a valiant charge onto their own cap as quickly as he could to try and shotgun one of the team to reset the cap, but it was just too late for him. So nice try there by the Su-122, but you're just too late. You should have driven onto the cap as quickly as possible instead of actually stopping to take a shot at them, and that shot went long. You needed a more certain target because the Su-122 is absolutely terrible when it comes to its narrow arc of fire. So let's have a look at the detail report. Angelina fired 14 rounds during that battle. She probably would have fired more, but for the fact that she was interfered with during that battle by the M4 player. She managed to get 2 direct hits, 2 penetrations and 7 splash. Damage of 1086 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. She did receive 1 hit, 1 penetration during the battle. She spotted 1 enemy vehicle, which is the SU-122. She damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and she did damage assistance of 17 hit points. She also caused 7 stuns and managed to get 40 capture points in the end. On a premium account, she managed to get 30,839 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, she had 21,667 credits to take away. She received 20 bonds, because this is the 20th anniversary of Wargaming's creation, and she also earned 895 XP, times 4 for the first victory of the day, so she took away 3,582 experience points altogether. So a really, really good round by Angelina and the Grille to carry and win the battle for their team. And let's make sure that everybody knows that this person here, MacVictory033, who really didn't do that much, he fired at all, didn't do much during that battle at all, apart from make an idiot of himself. He fired 11 rounds, got 3 direct hits, 3 penetrations and 1 splash, and damage of only 161 hit points, so, and received 7 hits from the enemy, 2 penetrations, 5 non-penetrations. So he really didn't do much other than suggest that other people team kill, or rather ask if it was okay that he team killed the Arty, which is a rather stupid thing to do, because after all, you need your Arty. Arty can win the battle for you. They can certainly assist you to win if you're a tank, but if you all die out, then the Arty will carry you and they will try and win for you on their own. They don't go and drown. We fight to the end. We fight to win, and Angelina did exactly that. So fantastic battle there by Angelina. Thank you for drawing this replay to my attention, and I do hope everybody knows that MacVictory033 is an idiot. And you've proved yourself an idiot, because Angelina won the battle for you. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.